Boom. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Extreme. Extreme Lifestyle Living Podcast. Now, today's episode, what I wanted to chat about was, honestly, I literally had it written down in the script here, and I had a topic on. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to ruin the surprise for you guys come next few episodes. But I had a full-on episode as to what I was going to chat about. I was fully convinced I was going to chat about it, had my talking points. I was kind of getting into rhythm for it. And then I started reviewing my client check-ins. To give you guys reference, on Sundays, I like to just naturally get the entire day reflected from the week before. And then I get the next week ahead, I'll set up to kind of see where things are at and see what the best plan of attack is right now to make sure I get into momentum. Because I have a lot of calls on Monday, I have a lot of calls on Wednesdays and Fridays. So those 3 days are usually super busy. So Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are my 3 days that I get to do a lot of administration work. So I kind of get the best flow for the day. And, I noticed a common theme through my check-ins. And, so I was thinking about what I started to realize through my check-ins, because Sundays and Mondays is when I do my client check-ins for the most part, for you guys that don't know. So I had my topic for today. I was going to record it, and then I was just looking at the theme of my check-ins and seeing where everyone's energy was at. And honestly, it's February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, so we're about 6 weeks into the year. And the theme that I noticed, which is going to be the topic of today's episode, is just what you're capable in this life, what you want out of this life. I'm not really even sure the topic of the episode is going to be 100%, but I just know this one thing for sure, for fucking certain. Whatever life that you want, wherever you're at in your life, whatever life that you want. Sorry, there's just a lot of stuff on this table. I didn't clear it off, but I was wondering what the noises was. But one thing I know for certain is the fact that if you want something in your life, it is a 110% achievable if you're willing to put in the fucking work. And, the reason why I think this is a theme that I've noticed in my check-ins is because everyone on the roster right now, all the clients that I'm personally working with right now are in fucking momentum. They're crushing it. They're new levels for their workouts and taking it way more intentional, whether it's mobility, whether it's pain, whether it's rehab, whether it's endurance, whether it's high rocks, whether it's muscle building, whether it's whatever the fucking goal is, they're making progression with it. When it comes to their nutrition, they're not only learning more about macros and micronutrients, whatever level they're at, but people that are at the beginning are systemizing it, they're meal prepping. People that are more advanced are learning about macros and micros and carb cycling and cutting and all these different things. They're changing their life beyond their own comprehension. And when you think about self-actualization, what are you becoming the best version of yourself for? The gym's a part of it. Everything else is your career, what you stand for, your relationship, your core values, all those different things. But everything it just comes into one avenue of who you are as a person. And the reason why I want to talk about what you're capable of, and it is entirely on you, is because you are in the driver's seat of your life, and it's as far as you can see is as far as you're going to fucking drive. And no matter what area of your life that you're in, whether it's a fitness goal, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a relationship goal, whether it's a life goal, whatever it is that you want to get out of your life, it is 1000% achievable. The only reason why it's not achievable is only two metrics. Number one is you don't believe it's real. And number two, you're not consistent enough in putting in the work every single fucking day for it to come to fruition. That is for every single thing in life, 1000%. Obviously, we can find a few things that aren't really realistic. Like, let's say you're 40 years old and and to be honest, even me saying this, I feel conflicted because I don't necessarily believe it. I was going to say, let's say you're 40 years old, you want to go back to school to become an astronaut. It's not possible. It is. Are you willing to put in as much time as it takes to become an astronaut? And are you willing to stay consistent and put in the actual work it takes to become that astronaut? Do you believe it's achievable? If those two variables are there, it's going to become fucking true. 1000%. And the reason why I want to talk about this today is because everyone on my roster and a lot of people that I'm talking to right now are absolutely fucking crushing it. They're doing good. They're in momentum. They're doing better than the week before, the day before, the month before. They're in new uncharted territories of their life. So everything right now is in momentum. They're feeling good. They're on cloud nine. And this is where people begin to forget why they started. At the beginning, everyone says they want to, from a fitness goal standpoint, they want to have abs or they want to have a certain physique, whether it's striations, certain symmetry with glutes as a female, guys as that X frame, a body fat percentage, a scale victory, a routine going to the gym, feeling good victory, whatever it may be. Everyone in the beginning wants something in that regard. Once they get it, that's when the true colors start to be shown as to what you're actually doing in your life and why. Prime example, even with career, everyone says they want to do certain things with their job that's fulfilling and rewarding and gives them joy, but to a degree, they're willing to sacrifice all of that for money. Do you know what I mean? So no different than when you get a certain physical goal or you get new money in your life, you start to really realize who you are to a T. Prime example, when you get in better shape in your life, if you don't maintain it, that's because you don't believe that you're worth maintaining it. And you have there's a whole other conversation we have with that. But that also goes to show that you've proved to yourself by getting so much success in the gym and your physical fitness that then now you're looking back saying, damn, it's that easy. And then you're just disappointed for taking so long to do it, that all you do is go back to your comfort zone of being out of shape and being out of control. That's what's more comfortable for you, because you can't it's too hard to embrace the emotions of realizing you put in the work and proved within your own eyes that you've done something when your whole life you felt worthless. Those people that end up getting addicted to certain things with the gym and become too, agile with it, just goes to show that they're just control freaks and they have their own insecurities in their own regards as to why they're not seeing certain levels of success. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because every single one of you guys that's on my roster or watches my podcast or those things, I believe from the bottom of my heart to the top, you guys are doing absolutely fucking exceptional. And the reason why that's even more important is because two reasons. Number one, the podcast episode, the topic is about what you guys are capable of, which means what are your goals? What do you see? What do you want with your life? And the second thing, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you look back the last 6 weeks of the year, you have shown up every single fucking day. You have shown up every single fucking week. You have shown up every single fucking month. You've counted your macros. You've counted your workouts. You crossed your boundaries. You made sure you stayed in the arena and consistent. Regardless, it doesn't matter how you feel about everything. These are facts. Listening to this, proactively trying to learn about what you're doing and what you can do better at for your fitness goals and supporting me and doing like all of this just aligns with you becoming the best version of yourself. So if you can look back at the last 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 days and say, I've been proactively getting better than the day before, then now you have to focus on the other bigger picture, which is the topic of the episode. Why are you doing what you're doing? The more clearly you can think about why you're doing what you're doing, the better you can articulate that end goal. That's going to make more sense as to what you need to do right now. Because if you're doing fucking great right now and you don't know where you're going and have that extra fire to continue to push, then you're eventually going to get stagnant. You're going to get comfortable. You're going to get complacent, and then you're going to lose some of the fucking goals that you've got right now right in front of your face. Then you're going to be left with disappointment. Then you're going to be left with shame. You're going to be left with guilt, self-criticism, all of these different things. And, the reason why I say that is because it's so easy to change your fucking life. A lot of people just, like I said, they don't believe that they're able to do it, and they're not consistent enough to do it. And a lot of people ask me, like, how do I stay so motivated and, just so aggressive towards my goals and my boundaries and my systems? It's because of this exact thing I'm telling you about. Why are you doing what you're doing? If right now in the beginning, tracking your macros and learning about nutrition and meal prepping, it's because you want to feel better. You want to know more about nutrition than you do now. You want to look in the mirror, feel in your clothes and all these different things and feel good. You know what I mean? Going to the gym as well. Like, at the beginning, getting uncomfortable and trying to learn it, like it's because you want to feel better. You want to have more muscle definition, more muscle mass. You want to feel stronger. So there's a deep reason why. You have clarity behind there. Same with your relationships or your career. Like, let's say career, because it's super easy. You know why you're doing that, because you want more money. You want more freedom. You want more control. Same with your relationships. You want more fulfillment. You want more joy. So it's like, you're willing to put in the work on these avenues for these things. But if you don't continuously work on what those things look like for you, then you're never going to have clarity as to how to continue that success and continue that momentum and put rhythm and reason and just kind of importance and value on putting in the work. Tracking your macros and meal prepping, once you're committed to your fitness goals, you do that for the rest of your life. You never not do that. Once you start the gym and start strength training, theoretically speaking, you never put that down. Do you have seasons where you're going more often than not, other seasons not as much? Of course, that's just life. But it never leaves the arsenal, especially with a relationship. If you and your partner have a big conversation about self-respect, boundaries, fulfillment, and joy, and all these different things, once you guys have those conversations, that's the standard of you guys' relationship going forward. It doesn't change, doesn't regress. Excuse me. So the reason why I'm so successful, and I don't want to say that because I feel kind of arrogant saying that, but the reason, I just don't like tooting my own horn, to be honest. But the reason why I've seen so much success, the reason why I've been so consistent is because I know why I'm doing it. Every single day I talk to you guys about doing my journal routine. That's my reflection for the day right there to see, okay, these are my goals, these are why I'm doing it. And then I get that reflection as to where's it at in that time and space. Because day one, saying you want this by day 60 is fucking easy. Day one of the year, this time at 365, this is what I want by the end of the year, is easy. But doing that on day 60 amongst 365, day 90 amongst 365, day 180 amongst 365, day 300 out of 365, do you really know where you're at? Because when you're doing the work and you're showing up and you're putting in the fucking work and you're accumulating success and you're compounding stress and you're compounding wins, looking back, you got to be able to reflect and see how well you're doing, but then be able to look ahead to see how much further you got to go. Not in a negative way, so you're not seeing success, but again, that natural reflection, understanding why you're doing it. And if you don't have belief that you're worth what you're already chasing right now from a small level fitness goal, and I'm going to call them small levels because to lose 10 to 15 pounds for your first time, that's a small level goal once you realize you're capable of losing that. Because the second part comes after that is how much more are you capable of? Do you know what I mean? Same with you want a relationship that's more respectful, full of love and full of joy and fulfillment and good energy. Once you realize you're capable of that, you want more of that. Do you know what I mean? Same thing when you got freedom and your boundaries are protected and you're feeling good with eating food and you're protecting your space and time and making sure you're feeling good. You're meal prepping, you're seeing success, you have the balance with eating out and enjoying what you want. Once you have that, you want more of that. That's why I'm saying, like a lot of you guys just think half the picture is just getting to the first part of your fitness goals and getting in control. But that's when things become unimaginable and you can change your life beyond your own comprehension is if you continue just continue to push. I didn't sit here and say I wanted a coaching business and say I wanted to step on stage and bodybuild and say I wanted to have a podcast where I recorded and talk to people about my vulnerabilities, what I do in life. I started off with I wanted to feel better mentally through depression and anxiety because I had my own issues. I wanted to feel better physically by just learning about nutrition and getting into the gym. And then eventually, I got in a relationship with Emma. I wanted to become a better man for her, myself, and what we represent as a collective. So then those three avenues became a progressive day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month reflection and just accumulation of me growing into the man that I'm becoming. And as I hit goals, like prime example, my first physical goal was to get a bicep vein. Once I got that, the second goal is I want to get veins or get abs. Once I got abs, I was like, well, what else can I do? How much body fat can I lose? Once I did that, I was like, oh, that's the same as doing a bodybuilding show. What's it like to step on stage? Step on stage. What is it like to actually try and compete and win? I won. So now it's like, now what I want to do is I want to go and try to win an overall and look back on my life knowing I gave it to my all. Relationship goals, same thing. Realized me and Emma were getting together. There's some core principles and values I had that didn't nurture our relationship or benefit where we were going in our life. So I bought self-help books. I seeked forms of therapy and mentorship and, looked internally to figure it out. And once I got one thing situated, I learned about how much more of a man I could become and how much more rewarded I could feel and how much more fulfilled I could feel in different areas. So I kept progressing on those things to eventually being now to have a podcast to talk about my experiences and help lead other people about what I've been through because I've learned so much about it. Do you know what I'm saying? And even with me and Emma in our relationship, we're in such an smooth oiled machine. Like it's so fucking great because our communication is intact. Our respect is intact. Our core values are intact. We know what we need from each other and ourselves individually because we progressively worked. It didn't happen overnight. And they weren't the first goals. Even from a career standpoint, like me doing this podcast as a coach, running a business and all of these different things, I didn't wake up and be like, I want to have my own business. I wanted freedom. I wanted financial freedom. I wanted to be in control, but I didn't say I want to be an online fitness coach that's running it through Instagram and I have clients that I'm training for fitness and I have a podcast. That wasn't the goal. The goal was to start to try to find something, which ended up organically through me healing myself became the podcast. The podcast became a part of something on social media I started posting about. After 2-3 years of that, I had a handful of people that continuously asked for me to help them. I started to help them. I invested into learning how to help them better, and then it just so on. It continues to go for. And the reason why I'm giving you that as a little bit of a rant and just really clear on that is because starting and having the goal is step number one. And you've got all of you guys listening to this and watching this and ones that I'm working with have already done that. So you pat yourself on the back, you graduated, we're not thinking about that no more. The second step is progressing and challenging yourself from nutrition, workouts, your boundaries from fulfillment or rewarding yourself and make sure your energy and time and space is protected in your life so you can look back and make sure you lived a fruitful, abundant fucking life. That's step number 2. And then learning about that is step number 3, which is the progression of understanding it's going to be a continuation of this journey for the rest of your life. But you got to reflect and give yourself that belief and give yourself that praise and give yourself that consistency to put in the work because nothing in life that's amazing and incredible and that's fucking great comes easy and is given to you. Anything comes easy is not fucking good, and it's not. The longevity behind that isn't good. Even when your fitness goals, why do you think it takes so long to build muscle? Why do you think it takes so long to lose a bunch of body fat? Because anything that comes fast is not good and not sustainable. So I really like just looking at the common theme of the check-ins, and honestly, this is the message I'm going to give a lot of my clients as well. It's just fucking believe in yourself. Now is the time to throw gasoline on that fucking fire of that belief and go in even more. Learn more about what you're doing. And even if it's not, this is the thing, some of you guys kind of get mixed up with that question of, okay, how do I learn more? Like, what I can learn more about macros and micros. I can learn more about strength training. I can learn more. That's not the more. That's not just the more. The more could be about who you are as a person, as a woman, as a man. How you identify in your own fucking skin. Like, do you know yourself to a T? Do you know what makes you cry? Do you know what makes you motivated? Do you know what makes you happy? Do you know what you're gonna do when you're 95 years old and look back on your life? Like, do you want kids? Do you not want kids? Do you want to travel? All of these things. Like, when you put yourself in a position of authority, I guess that's what I should have been trying to say this entire time. When you put yourself in the position of authority within your life, that journey is forever, and you gotta believe in yourself all the fucking time and stay consistent. No one can ever give you something that you've not given yourself. So if you're looking for love, you're looking for praise, you're looking for validation, you're looking for health, looking for abundance, you're looking for peace, you're looking for all of these things, you have to give it to yourself first. And the journey of the fitness and wanting to be better physically is such a huge catalyst for that success overall that you can't underestimate the value of just giving yourself that praise and being more consistent and just challenging yourself to continue that growth. Because once you achieve the growth that you never thought was imaginable, and you're not thinking of that next level, that's why the old versions of you creep back up. The anxiety, the depression, the self-criticism, the guilt, the shame, all the depression, the imposter syndrome, all these things creep back up because you're not proactively managing it. Same thing as an injury. Like, if you have an injury, you've had surgery, you've been in a car accident, you have some type of body flare-up that happens, it never goes away 100%. It just goes away longer each time because you learn how to live around it. So you're going to wake up with days of anxiety and not feeling good enough. You're going to wake up, your knees, your hips, your back, your head might hurt. But that doesn't define you. What defines you is your continuous, consistent effort for yourself, to believe in yourself, to show up every single fucking day and be the best version of yourself. And that's all I got. I'm sorry if that was a little bit of a rant, 16 minutes. So I do apologize. But again, like, I had the whole topic. I had everything written down here in the book, but I felt it was so much more impactful to talk about something like that off the top of my head, because you guys are all in a position right now, 6 weeks into the year. Like, you guys have no idea how much can change in a year. There's a quote that goes, people overestimate how much they can get done in 5 years and underestimate how much they can get in 1 year. And I'm saying that right now, looking at my life, as in, like, I'm absolutely in awe of it every single day. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, which is why in this same fucking little book here, I do my gratitude list every single fucking day. So I remind myself, yeah, I want to go farther in life. Yeah, I want to be better in life. Yeah, I want to make more money. Yeah, I want to be in better physical shape. But that doesn't deny all of the growth that I've already had, which makes it that much more better to continue that fucking growth. And that's what I want you guys to take out of it. So let's keep leading from the front, setting the standard, and keep fucking going. Let's go.